everyone to my first review video on my channel. As you can see right now, I have 2 up, but I'm going to be actually doing 4 throughout the video. If you see anything that you like or you like this type of content, please feel free to comment, like, and subscribe. And make sure you hit that little bell notification so that way you can get updates and alerts anytime I load new content to the channel. Please stay tuned for the 4 reviews. All right, first up is this beautiful classical cross stitch. It reminds me of springtime. So I picked this canvas out of my stash for something to do for the springtime. As you can see, it is 37 colors. So full stitch, full stitch, full stitch, and then down here some back stitch. Looks like there's only one thing of back stitch. And then here is the paper pattern. Here's one part of it. Look how pretty those colors are. I feel like the paper pattern emulates the colors of the thread very well versus the canvas. On this particular canvas, as you'll see, the symbols don't match the actual canvas, and I'll show you that here momentarily. And then here is the rest of the pattern. There you go. So it's 5 pages total. It's on that high glossy paper, which I don't mind. It holds up fairly well. If I ever wanted to stitch that or give it to somebody, I probably would. You can also put that into a PDF file on your tablet or iPad and put it and mark it that way. It comes in this plastic package for protection for transport. Okay, and as you can see here, it is 180 centimeters or 180 stitches by 180 stitches, and it is 50 by 50. So 11 count, 50 by 50. Okay. So I already opened this package and did the first video, and for some reason there was a error in my files. I had to redo it, so some of its stuff is already missing. It does come with 2 needles. As you can see, it's pretty clear. The symbols on them are really nice. They take up the whole square. That doesn't look like it over bleeds into another square. And then here are your symbols. So as you can see, there's that one there. 310 is black on 001, but on here, 001 is in fact not just straight black, it's a little star. So that's what I meant by the symbols wouldn't be matching. But look at how nice and clear those are. And here's the rest of them. And this is a partial canvas. If you look, the printing is only to here. It's not a full cross stitch. It is a little bit thicker, but once you put it in your hands, I'm pretty sure it'd be relatively pliable for you, as you can see. Smushing it up. It does have serged edges. Okay. All right, let's go ahead and take a look at the floss. And again, I don't know where I got some of these because they've been in my stash for a bit, so that's the downside. I'm sure you can screenshot it and then just look it up through Google. This is 1 through 24 stitch, as you can see. And here's the colors. I think they're very pretty. The threads are of good quality. They're just cotton threads. There's no peeling or anything on them. So for it being less than a $10 kit, it's actually good quality thread. I really do like these greens. And then here is the second card. This is why I chose it for spring. Look at all these pinks and greens and peaches. They're very pretty. All right, that is the quick review of my spring kit that I'm going to be stitching on this spring. Bear with me while I get the other kit ready. All right, up for our next kit, it is this lovely little March. I thought this would be appropriate for like my monthly stitch alongs that I plan on doing. And if I don't finish it this month, because it's my first month on YouTube, I'm okay with that. It is a no-name brand, unfortunately, so I really can't even begin to tell you where I got it. I might have got it from Biggest Crafts, because I'll be honest with you, I love the quality of their kits and they're very reasonably priced. I'll go ahead and put this up for you. So if you want to take a snapshot of it, and then just go into like Google, drop the image into Google and put cross stitch, and it should take you to like a website or one of the overseas sites that are selling this kit, to be honest. This is the stamped, this chart for the stamps and the symbols. There's some instructions there for you. They're pretty small, I'll be honest with you. It reminds me of a Joy Sunday kit. I have one that I'll be going over with you today. But it looks like it's similar to the same thing as the back of what's on a Joy Sunday, okay? And then luckily, here is one of those kits where the paper pattern matches the stamped kit. And here we go. I'll kind of lay them side by side so you can see it real fast. Look at that. So this is the paper chart and this is the actual canvas. And the symbols on the paper chart, I'll be honest with you, are very clear, as you can see. Hold on. Very clear. This is a full canvas cross stitch, as you can see by the pattern. I'll start going into the canvas now for you, and then we'll get to the threads because that's always the fun part next to the canvas, right? So as you can see, this is a 35 by 35 approximately. It is an 11 count. Again, I like 11s and 14s. The edges are serged all the way around. And then here's the little image on there, what it'll look like onto the actual canvas. And then there are those beautiful symbols, and they're nice and clear. If we look close, I'll give it a chance to adjust. Just look at how clear those symbols are. And they actually cover the whole square. If you look right here, it covers the whole square, which I love, because sometimes when the printing's off, it'll be off just a little bit, and then you can see it behind it, and it's just a little aesthetically appeasing. It's not very aesthetically appealing to me, it is. Overall, the canvas is stiff, because like I said, I've had this in my stash for a while, and unfortunately, it's just one of those things of where you just like buying things and then you work on them, you get to them. And I'm one of those people, I always like new designs. And of course, getting my YouTube channel now will have me doing more of these designs and for reviews and to stitch alongs and starts. So honestly, I call this one kind of a smaller size. I have snack size ones, which are probably about half of this. I could probably knock out in a couple of days, maybe a day or two. This one will take me maybe a couple of weekends off from work. Between work and school, I could probably knock this one out, honestly, over the next 3 or 4 weeks. But that means I have to work on it diligently to get it done. But I'm in no big rush. It'd be nice to have a finish in March for the month of March. I have one from October that I'm still working on. So that's not going to be done until October of next year. Let's go ahead and get into the threads. Okay, there are lots of threads, my friends. Okay, hold on, there's more. Here we go. More. Here we go. This all is just the yellow part. Just the yellow. It's 3865, which is a white color. I wouldn't necessarily say it's a true white, as you can see. It's kind of like an off-white. And there are 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, 21, 22, 23, 20. There's 24 of these bad boys, okay? 24 just for that little bit of yellow. Jeez Louise. Okay, and then we'll get into the actual card itself. I prefer these kinds of cards over the little ones that you bob them around, thread them around, because when you go to take them off, it's really easy. All you do is pull on this one string, right? And they come off. So you just take this and pull it, and you got your threads going. And again, this is a March St. Patty's Day themed one, right? So of course, naturally, there's going to be lots of greens in there. Look at those colors. And again, this one has, let's see, 24 colors. Yes, 24 colors. And 24th is at 3865 right here, which is all those skeins over there that we just did. I would have to say my favorite color out of all of them is like this leprechaun green. Reminds me of like leprechauns or four-leaf clovers, that kind of green. The threads are actually really nice and non-peely. Sorry, as you can see, I've got something on the thumb. Dry skin. I work in nursing, so my hands are always really dry. Sorry. And then I stitch for fun, so they even get more damaged, right? But look at all of these beautiful colors. I am excited to begin this one. I'll probably start a Stitch with Me tomorrow. And we'll start on this canvas. And I apologize if I say a lot. This is my very first video. And right here, cross stitch. I think overall, this price of this one was about maybe $6 or so. So that's it for this beautiful canvas again. There it is. I'll screenshot it for you. And then stay tuned for the next one. All right, our next kit up, as promised, is a Joy Sunday kit. And I already took the front page out. It comes in this bag. And like I said, if you look at that last kit, reminds me of the back. And this one's just enlarged, and it shows you like the stitching and instructions. If you're gonna start stitching and you're like, I don't know if I'm gonna like it or not, I totally say go for a Joy Sunday cross stitch kit, because they come very well packaged. You will see here momentarily their thread quality is nice, and it comes with all the beginner things. So I just have one laying around. They come with needle threaders. They'll come with needles. They will come with scissors sometimes. Overall, they give you everything you need, and they're reasonably priced for you to try a hobby to see if it's something that you like, okay? So again, I chose this one. I believe I got this one from maybe Amazon. I don't know. Again, I don't know. I'll go ahead and hold this right here so you can take a quick screenshot if you like the image. So you can look for it on Google plus the words cross stitch. This does say Korean wedding. It is an 11 count, and it is a 28 by 35 centimeter. I got several of these, actually. This was my first one out of the series. I think I have like 3 in this series. I got this originally to stitch for my daughter. My husband is Korean and my children are Korean, and I figured that I can give this to my daughter when she's able to go out on her own. So that's why I got it. The downside was I did not realize how much back stitching there is. You can see right there, you look really close at the pattern. There's a lot of cross stitch, like back stitch there, and the fingers. This is the kit that I was talking about that I backburnered. all the full stitches are done. I just need to get to that back stitching, and I'll be honest, I just don't have the motivation to do it, and nor the attention spans to deal with it right now. So I just kind of backburnered it for now. Um, Here is the paper pattern. So this kit, I will tell you now, just because I worked it already, these symbols do not match the canvas. Again, this kit had 27 colors and then back stitches. So these are all your full stitches. And then that is your back stitch. And then here is your paper pattern. I will use the paper pattern for the back stitching because once you're done with the pattern, there is no way for you to know where the back stitching goes unless you do the actual paper pattern. As you can see, there's different colors. There's a yellow, it's kind of hard to see, the blue, which will correlate with the blue there, which is 310, which is that lovely black that most people dislike. But I don't mind 310, to be honest. There's the edging. I absolutely love the little butterflies in this. Okay, so there's that. And then I'm going to go ahead and show you the canvas. Again, I already worked this kit, but I absolutely had so much fun doing it. And I wanted to give people an idea of a pretty much finished Joy Sunday kit, what it looks like. This was, again, not that big, right? It was, what did it say? It is a 28 by 35. And I'm going to tell you now, that's probably the measures of the canvas because there's no way this is a 35 centimeter portrait. This is a partial. So what that means is that in the background, it's going to be blank versus the one before this, it was all yellow on the other one. That's a full cross stitch, okay? I still have my needle here. This kit did come with 2 needles, but I broke one. I am a very heavy stitcher. Like, I'm not gentle at all, to be honest. So I tend to push hard through my threads as I'm finishing or starting them. The quality of the colors on these symbols were amazing. If you look closely, you don't even see the symbols behind the stitch. So that tells me that it was printed right on the square and there was no like overlay, which again, as I said before, I prefer that. This kit is serged on the edges. And then this is what a back would look like once you're completed. When I very first started, I did not care which direction my stitches went or anything, but as I've started doing more and more projects, I've perfected the craft of making sure that my image mirrors. I just like the way it looks. And then look at the quality once it's done. So once I wash out this canvas, those lines will be gone behind the face, but look at how pretty those are. Colors look so nice on there. Okay, let's go ahead and get to the color card. So this is what they'll look like from Joy Sunday. Sometimes they won't necessarily have the same card depending on the manufacturer, unfortunately. But again, my kit's a little bit older and I'm sure that they've probably changed it up since then. There's all the colors right here. So 1 all the way to 15 and then 16 is up here through 27. So 27 colors. It does give you the kit number on there. If you look, it says C137, and this is 137. So if you get your kits mixed up and your threads, as long as you didn't take off these cards, you should be okay. It tells you an 11 count, and then that tells you right there how many strands to use. So I love that that shows for us. Let's go ahead and take a look at the colors. These colors were very vibrant, which is why I love it. Korean humbooks tend to be very vibrant colors. So I knew naturally that this was going to depict that. I just didn't realize how much vibrant colors, as you can see. Okay, there's one side, and then here's the other side. Also, this picture here, I loved all the pinks in it. When my daughter had her doll, she had a hanbok just like this when she was a baby. So when she turned a year old, her 1 year old hanbok was just like this pink. And she even had like little headbands and she had a little bag and everything to match it. So this really does remind me of my daughter, but of course it's emulating a Korean wedding. All right, that is it for the Korean wedding review. Bear with me and then I'll get the next kit ready for you. All right, we're on to our last final one. And this is what it is. This is another no-name brand one. And it's just a dragon, a really pretty dragon. Sorry, I'm trying to make sure there's no reflection for you. I believe I got this one off of AliExpress. So if you want to screenshot it, you like the pattern, I'm just going to let you know now, it's a very big pattern. This one is an 11 count, and it is a 195 by, what is it, 75 centimeters. So it's pretty big, as you can see. There is no paper pattern with this one that I got, so I have to be very careful with this one. Again, I got it from AliExpress. It's a larger canvas, and I've had it for about a year. This past winter, a year, and I didn't work on it this winter that just passed because I was working on some other projects. But I call this my winter project one, and you'll see why here in a moment. Here is this canvas. It is 285 stitches long by, let's see, 800 stitches. So 800 stitches. So how I work on this one is by panels, to be 100% honest with you. I'm almost done with my first panel on it. And again, I didn't really work on it this winter, but hey, when you got a lot to do. This was the first thing that I finished because I wanted to see how well the image would come out. And I would have to say, overall, I really enjoyed stitching all of this. I call this my mindless stitch too, because if I just want to keep my hands busy, it's one color, I can't mess it up. There's not really any confetti in it. It's just continuous stitching, as you can see. This one, however, is not serged, so it can snag. It looks like they tried, but it didn't really take that well. You see, probably hard to see. It's right there. But this is the downside sometimes when you order from AliExpress. You can see that right there. They cut it a little weird. So overall, the canvas quality of this one, I like stitching in hand. Believe it or not, this project has been done all by hand. I have not put this in a hoop or a frame or anything of the sort. So all this has been done just by holding it, and it makes the canvas really soft and pliable. But overall, when I originally did this canvas, it wasn't very stiff to begin with. So here's the back side, the very back end. And it's not stiff. It's pretty buttery soft. So if you're looking for something big and you just want to mindlessly stitch, look on AliExpress. They have lots of big, beautiful canvases. That'll be the finished product there. So essentially I'm working on this part of the panel right here. I got that little fish right there done. The threads are going to be that 666 color. So I took off, so this is what I've already unraveled and prepped for me to stitch with, but it comes in these large hanks like this. So as I go through one card, I'll open up another one and put it on here. So quite a bit of thread. I've already, like I said, I've already did one. This is my second one, I believe, if I remember correctly. This particular floss card, I believe I probably got it honestly in an order I got or off of Amazon, because I got that kit and saw that there wasn't no floss cards in there. So this is what I got for it. If you like making things easy on yourself, I would recommend getting floss cards. And then what I do is, if I use them for different kits, I'll just kind of go down here and I'll put the numbers like 1, 2, 3, whatever the sequence number is on the canvas with Sharpie. And then when I'm done, I'll go through with rubbing alcohol and then I'll take them off and just reuse them. Versus some people will use stickers, but each kit has its own version of, you know, like the sequences. So sometimes I'll be more ones and then more threes or less fives, you know what I mean? So let's go ahead and look at these threads. Again, I have had this in my whip bag for a while, and these threads still look good. There's no peeling. It's really easy to thread with. I also wax my tips so it stays in my needle a little bit better. But here you go. Look at how nice those are. Alrighty. And that's it for this beautiful kit here. Well, that wraps it up for all of the reviews that I have for you today. These have all been out of my current stash of what I have. I either worked on or working on or will work on in this upcoming month. If you like what you see and you like the content that I provided, given that this is my first video, hopefully I'll improve over time. Please go ahead and hit that like, subscribe, and notification bell so you can get updates anytime new content is loaded. You can also head on over to TikTok, where my QR code will be on at the end slides, as well as my Instagram. My handler is there as well. That's where I'll be posting sneak peeks of my progress throughout the week that I'll be able to load on YouTube to necessarily make a video. And that will be like sneak peeks for videos coming up and progress that I've made on the projects that I've worked on throughout the week. Thank you for stopping by, and I hope you guys have a great day. Bye.